Assalamualaikum and good morning. I bid to our respective lecturer, Encik TENGKU NORAZLAN. So today, I, IRDINA SYAFIRAH binti SAFUAN, and also my partner, BINTI MOHAMMED ZAMZURINA, will be presenting about video for teaching and learning for our task 3, which is group presentation. So without any further ado, I will start the presentation. Firstly, the first slide will be talking about the role of video in teaching and learning. So there are a lot of roles of video in teaching and learning, but today I will be explaining only 5 of it. So the first role is to grab the student's attention. Visual stimulations encourages student interaction with content or a concept. It also creates a bigger memory imprint in a student's mind, making teaching with videos perfect for information retention. To illustrate this, we can clearly see that students will become more excited to learn by using video, as there are a lot of colorful pictures and also moving pictures. This will grab their attention and make them more eager to understand the topic, as well as increasing their understanding about it. And the next point is emphasizes digital literacy. So digital literacy is a vital 21st century skill that is just prerequisite for just about any job. And the more students are exposed to it at school, the more confident and proficient they will become. And students who film, edit, and exhibit their videos will learn invaluable skills. And the third one is stimulates higher order learning. The use of video stimulates the cognitive processes of thinking, reasoning, problem solving, decision making, and also creating. Videos take the student beyond recall and relate activities. When we encourage this kind of thinking early on in a student's life, it is likely to become an integral part of his or her approach. And critical thinkers tend to see opportunities rather than problems. So by using videos as an additional resource to get students to think outside the box should not be underestimated. And any method that challenges students to go above and beyond the scope, conventional thought processes should be incorporated in the classroom. Moving on, now I will be explaining the second content, which is the sources of video and video file formats. Next, these are the most common digital video formats and their most frequent uses. So the first one is MP4 or MPEG Part 14 is the most common type of video file format. Apple's preferred format, MP4 can play on most other devices as well. It uses the MPEG-4 encoding algorithm to store video and audio files and text, but it offers lower definition than some others. MP4 also works well for videos posted on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and also Instagram. And the next one is MOV or QuickTime Movie, which stores high-quality video, audio, and effects, but these files tend to be quite large. Developed for QuickTime Play by Apple, MOV files use MPEG-4 encoding to play in QuickTime for Windows. MOV is supported by Facebook and YouTube, and it works well for TV viewing. The third one is WMV, which is Windows Media Viewer, offer good video quality and large files such like MOV. And Microsoft developed WMV for Windows Media Player. YouTube supports WMV and Apple users can view these videos, but first they need to download Windows Media Player for Apple. And keep it in mind that we cannot select our own aspect ratio for WMV. Next one is AVI. AVI or Audio Video Interleave works with nearly every web browser on Windows, Mac, and also Linux machines. It is developed by Microsoft. AVI offers the highest quality, but also large file size. It is supported by YouTube and works well for TV viewing. And the next one is AVCHD, which is Advanced Video Coding High Definition, is specifically for high definition video. And it is built for Panasonic and also Sony digital camcorders and this file compressed for easy storage without losing any definition. Next is FLV, F4V, and also SWF. Flash video formats FLV, F4V, and SWF or shockwave flash are designed for flash players, but they are commonly used to stream video on YouTube, and flash is not supported by any iOS devices. Moving on, MKV is developed in Russia Matroska. Multimedia container format is free and open source. It supports nearly every codec, but it is not itself supported by many programs. And MKV is a smart choice if you expect your video to be viewed on a TV or computer using an open source media player like VLC or Miro. Next is WebM or HTML5. These formats are best for video embedded on your personal or business website. They are small files, so they load quickly and stream easily. And the last one is MPEG2. If you want to burn your video to a DVD, MPEG2 with an H.262 codec is the way to go. Next, the third content that I will be explaining today is about video recording techniques, which I have chose 4 of them. So the first one is keep background simple. One easy way to get a professional look for your video is to use a solid colored background. For example, a wall, a bedsheet, or a large sheet of backdrop paper are all good options. And you need to make sure that your subject stands several feet away from the backdrop to avoid any casting shadows on it. The third one is good video editing software can help you turn your raw footage into something great. There are some simpler tools like Wave Video, Camtasia, or iMovie, and other more professional options are including Final Cut Pro and also Adobe Premiere Pro. And here are the key features to pay attention to when choosing a video editor, which are the ability to add text to video, the ability to trim and crop videos, scene transitions, the ability to change the aspect video, adding filters and overlays, and also a library stock of videos and sounds. The last one is keep editing simple. It is totally understandable that trying out different effects can be fun during the video editing process, but we need to keep in mind that we cannot go way too far. A simple, clean editing style generally looks most professional. And there are few things that should be done during this stage, which are using noise cancelling to clean up any background noise, adjusting the lighting a little if you need to, cutting out awkward pauses and silences, and also adding background music and transitions. So I think that's all from me. Now I will pass the presentation to NUUR.
Thank you, IRDINA SYAFIRAH, for that clear explanation just now. First of all, my name is NUUR binti MOHAMMED ZAMZURINA, and I'll be explaining about the production of video clips. In this subtopic, there are 2 main ideas. Firstly, I'll be explaining about the planning and preparation of storyboard, and the second one, I'll be explaining about the recording and editing. Planning and preparation of storyboard. Okay, what is actually a storyboard? Storyboard is a sequence of drawings, typically with some directions and dialogue representing the shots that is planned for a film or television production. In this case, this storyboard we will use for the teaching and learning purposes. It is when you plan and build your scenes by the script, actions, and also limitations that you can do within the video that you want to produce. It is also the blueprint of your production. And then why planning is important for us? Because it can save our time and effort and also streamline your workflow. It is also easier to reach production goals, reducing the overall production team, and also provide a standard visual roadmap to which a team can refer to achieve your goal in making a video. Next, I'll be talking about the planning processes, which are the script, the structure, and also the delivery. Alright, for the script, we must create a complete or well-developed script. This is because the more complete the screenplay, it is easier for the ideas to be for the storyboard. Next, it is also beneficial for completing a script that is in the last stages of development, because it can often help to resolve remaining storytelling issues. For example, when creating a storytelling video for the pupils, storyboarding can highlight the need for modifications to the transitions between scenes. As for the structure, first of all, you must consult the script and try to visualize it as a series of scenes. And then, you must decide which ones can be placed into the panels in future storyboard. You must also assess if there is a smooth, logical visual flow to the story and get an idea of the type of scenes that will work in the current production. And then, breaking down the script into smaller components produces a more manageable structure to work with in your production. As for the last process, which is the delivery. First of all, we must think, how will your final production will be broadcast? Is it designed for television, HD TV, or widescreen film? And will it be watched on a tablet or mobile devices? And those factors above will determine the aspect ratio of the final production, because the size and the dimensions of the product will determine the level of detail and how your scenes will be composed. And then this is where the editor or the director itself must put themselves in the viewer's shoes to produce higher quality videos. Alright, moving on to the importance of video recording and editing. Here, I've listed 4 importances of video recording and editing. Firstly, the perfect flow. Second, cutting your way to success. Third, switching gears or scenes. And fourth, sound editing. Firstly, the perfect flow. What is actually the perfect flow? Without an editor, all of the other aspects of video production actually can no longer come together to create the masterpiece that you're trying to create. Why? Because when an editor receives the footage, their primary goal is to make it as smooth and organized as possible. It's capturing this flow with cuts, pace, and sounds that makes a stunning production. Next, cutting your way to success. Firstly, to make your videos flow ideal, you have to cut shots at the perfect time. Remember, timing is critical. Cut it too soon, and you'll end up with a sudden stop that the audience was not expecting. But cut it too late, and you'll end up with a shot that seems to drag on forever. And then, switching gears, or I'd say switching scenes. Alright, video editing makes these transitions smooth and elegant. The flow that the editor is trying to preserve is what makes the film great, and transitions in this means, in conjunction with cutting, are a way to keep the pace of the film or video controlled. Next, for the sound editing, which people always forget about it. Okay, sound editing is when adjusting volume levels and synchronizing audio clips with video clips that will make your film exactly as it was intended. And then, sound editing is how your film can set the mood and evoke emotions from your audience. And then, that's all for our presentation. I hope you enjoy our presentation. Thank you very much.